and welcome to another vlog. I have a confession to make. I initially intended this vlog to be a week-long one because I was going to take part in the Kindle Clearout Readathon, but that really just ended up not working out for me. I've had such a busy week. It's been absolutely mental, and I found myself on Thursday having not started the readathon at all, and it started on Monday, so I was like, you know what? That's okay. I'm just not going to put pressure on myself, and I just won't take part in it. Instead, I wanted to do a weekend vlog where I focused on the Kindle books that I have. I'm not going to set any goals for myself. I'm really just going to make an effort at reading the books that I have on my Kindle. When I say Kindle, what I really mean is the books that I have checked out from the library on the Libby app. I have 6 books checked out from the library, and I'll just go through them really quickly in order of which ones due the soonest. I have The Giver by Lois Lowry. I have Devolution by Max Brooks, The Air Affair by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, The Roommate by Rosie, Danan, Let the People Pick the President by Jesse Wagman, and The 2084 Report by James Lawrence Powell. So I do just want to really focus on some of these and maybe knock some out. That's kind of what I'm going to aim for this vlog. So I hope you enjoy. Yeah, let's get started. So I am halfway through Devolution. I have had such a great time just spending my afternoon with a couple cups of tea and just really getting into the story. It's very stormy outside today, so very wet and cold. So I've been able to just put on some cozy clothes, drink some tea, sit in front of the fire, and just really spend a lot of time reading this book. So I am loving it. Basically, Devolution is the story of a kind of ecotopia in the forest wilderness of Washington, and they are near the volcano Mount Rainier, which is the one that is really close to Seattle. And Rainier erupts, and they find themselves cut off from civilization, and they don't really have a way out of their kind of isolation. And then weird things start to happen. These creatures are kind of stalking them a bit, and you go into it knowing, I mean, it's in the title, the first-hand account of the Sasquatch Massacre. So you know that it's a story centered around Bigfoot, and the story is told through journals of a girl who lives at this community, and it's kind of sprinkled in with interviews and little excerpts from academic texts surrounding Bigfoot. And it's just, for someone who loves cryptozoology, which is kind of the study of these mythical creatures that still live in our consciousness, like Yetis, Sasquatch, the Loch Ness monster, all those kinds of things. I am really into that, and so I've really been enjoying this story about them, and I just think it's fantastic, and it's such a good way to tell the story also because there's this sense of creepiness and eeriness. And as somebody who has spent a lot of time near Rainier, I can just really picture who these people are and where they're at location wise. I can really just imagine the setting of this, and it's just great. It's just a great way to spend a Friday afternoon just reading this really kind of creepy book about Bigfoot. I think for now, because it's about 8 p.m., And yeah, I've just spent the past couple hours doing that. So I think I'm just gonna take a break from it for a little bit. I might pick up The Roommate, which is the romance that I have on loan through the Libby app, just for kind of like a little change of pace. Because this one's kind of like scary. It's scary, but it's not scary. I don't know. I feel like it's gonna get scarier, but I'm done talking about it. So yeah, so I might pick up the Roommate. I'm not quite sure. I'm gonna take a break for right now. But yeah, I'm loving it. I think it's great so far. I'm definitely gonna be able to finish it this weekend. So that is a success. Hey, it is about 3 p.m. here. I just got back from my friend's house. We had a lovely brunch and catch up, and it was just really great. It feels great to socialize with people in person again. I still have quite a busy day ahead of me where I'm going out with my husband to watch soccer and to watch the soccer game. So I haven't really had a chance to do any reading today. But last night I got to page 100 in The Roommate, and it's just giving me all the best romance vibes. Basically, it's a story about Clara, who is from New York, and she's kind of like a socialite, and she's very uptight and a little bit neurotic. And this guy that she grew up with convinces her to move to LA, where he lives, and she's kind of in love with him, so she does. When she gets, and she thinks this is going to be like the moment that they get together. And then when she gets there, he's like, oh, I hate to do this to you, but my band's going on tour and I gotta go. So she's stuck in LA without him and is sharing a place with this other guy that he sublet the room to. And then it turns out that the guy that she's sharing a house with is a porn star. So I love the concept of this story. I love the close proximity trope. And I just like ran through 100 pages super fast last night. And even though I'm like quite busy this afternoon, I am going to sit down and read some more of it now before I have to go back out into the world. So yeah, I will check back in with you guys later. I was not able to vlog at all yesterday. I had a much busier day than anticipated and didn't have a chance to. Basically, me and my husband just were with our friends all day and just catching up, and we went out and watched the football and got Chinese food and played Cards Against Humanity, and it was just like a really nice time with friends that I think we really needed. So I didn't have a chance to read that much. I didn't have a chance to vlog at all. I think that this weekend vlog will be a lot shorter, but that's okay. I have had the coziest like morning and afternoon ever. It's just after 3 p.m. now. But basically me and my husband woke up and we went to our favorite cafe and got breakfast, and then we just came home, put the fireplace on and made some tea, and have just really been chilling all day long. So I've managed to make a lot of progress in The Roommate, and I just am loving it. And I did want to put it down for a little bit to pick up Devolution again, but I think now I'm like at that part of the story where I'm not going to be able to put it down until I finish it. So I am 65% of the way through now on chapter 24. So I think I'm just going to finish it out and then pick up Devolution this evening and hopefully finish that also. I'm loving The Roommate. I think it's such a great and original concept for a romance. And I know we're all a fan of tropes and stuff like that, but this one just feels very original. And even though I find it original, it does still have those like stereotypical romance elements like weaved into it. So I'm really liking it. I think the characters are really great. I'm finding it very enjoyable. And the sexual tension in it is just like, it's there. It's definitely there. I feel very like awkward reading it while sat next to my husband. He's like watching a football game on his phone, and I'm just like, I love it. I'm living for it. I'm living for it. Anyways, I am going to make some more tea and lay down and read this book and maybe take a nap because that's what Sundays are for. So I just finished The Roommate and it was just such a lovely book. I was really impressed with it. I loved that it was a romance, but it also like included all of this like social commentary. I think we all have that like idea of the porn industry as being like really seedy and sketchy and stuff. But then I liked how like infused into that was politics of sex work and how that is like stigmatizing and how that affects people's lives and stuff. So I really liked how they had that as like a thread throughout the book. And then another thing that I really liked about this one is this kind of tension between like having to choose like the main character Josh, he works in porn and he really feels like he has to choose between like porn and having a relationship, porn and having family. And then on the flip side, the other main character, Clara, she is kind of like a socialite from New York, and she feels the same thing. She feels like she has to choose between what she wants for herself and like what's best for her family and their image and stuff. So I liked that tension of it. I mean, on top of like the tension that's already being felt between them as people and stuff. So I just loved the different layers that came up in this story. Definitely had a great time reading it. Loved the banter between them, and I loved the chemistry. I loved like the supporting characters. I just felt like it was a bit more than a romance, and I really appreciated that. So I'm so happy that I read that. And today I feel like was like the perfect day to read it. Like it's been stormy outside. I've been feeling very lazy. So it's been nice just to have a cup of tea and just sit and just really, really vibe with this romance. It was a really great time. Now I think it's still fairly early. It's like almost 5 p.m. I'm really going to try to finish Devolution tonight because I'm also really, really enjoying that book. And I think it will be like a great follow up to reading a romance. Like, let's read this horror about Bigfoot killing people in the woods. I am just checking in to say that I am now 70% of the way through Devolution, and this shit is crazy. Oh my god, it has just popped off so fast. Oh my goodness, insane. I cannot wait to see how this like all wraps up and finishes. I only have like 100 pages to go. Good evening. I just finished Devolution by Max Brooks. Can't really see. There you go. Oh my god, what a wild ride this book was. It is hard to explain what I liked about this book, but basically it's told in a series of like journal entries and interviews and stuff like that. And the journal entries follow one woman, her name's Kate, And to begin with, she's like this really insecure, like anxious person. Her marriage is kind of like on the rocks. And then throughout the book, she just becomes this like fierce warrior. And it's just like amazing. It's just amazing. I love the character development. And then I think like the last 100 pages really just like amped up and they were so action-packed and gory and just like paced so perfectly. It was really great. It was a really great book. This weekend it was very busy, but I still managed to read 2 books that I really, really liked. So overall, it was a great weekend. Like I got to catch up with my friends. I got to eat like lots of good food and drink like really nice cups of tea. Finish 2 books. Really like get in the mood to like start my October TBR. I'm really glad that I spent the weekend like really focusing on my Libby holds. So when I return those, I'll have a few more on my account, but they're not due for another week or 2. It was just nice to like focus on those 2 specifically and get those done. As always, thank you so much for watching this vlog. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you are tempted to check out those 2 books because they are well worth reading, especially Devolution, now that it's October, kind of like the season for horror and thrillers and stuff like that. I will see you in the next vlog. Thank you again so much for watching. If you've read any of these books or have anything you want to say about them or any recommendations along the same vibes as those 2, I would really love to hear from you, and I will see you in the next vlog.